Haiti fought the French army led by Napoleon won and declared independence in 1804. Haiti became the first independent black state in the New World. This independence is where the trouble started for Haiti. Guru family, listen, in order for Haiti to get diplomatic recognition, France in 1825 demanded Haiti sign an agreement to pay them 150 million francs for property losses, including slavery, as a result of them winning the revolution. This debt took the Haitian people 122 years to repay. 1947 was when they finally paid it off. This was a very rough start for a new country. So, when these big countries, namely France, Canada, and the United States, pretend it's only mismanagement and corruption to be blamed for the state of Haiti, they are wrong. Let's hear what Professor Jemima Pierre had to say when she was on Democracy Now!
And in Vancouver, Canada, Jemima Pierre is a Haitian-American scholar, professor at the Social Justice Institute at the University of British Columbia in Canada, and research associate at the University of Johannesburg. We welcome you both back to Democracy Now! Professor Pierre, let's begin with you. Can you just lay out overall the situation at this point in Haiti with a resigned president not able to come back into Haiti? He's condemning a transitional panel to rule Haiti. This Caribbean group led by Kenya training to move in so-called UN peacekeepers.
Good morning, Amy. Thanks for having me back. What's going on in Haiti are a number of armed groups at first coming together to say that they were working together as an informal coalition, but the violence has been primarily in the Port-au-Prince area, and I have to stress that because the Western media is presenting this as a countrywide civil war and so on, but there are some violence on outside of Port-au-Prince, but the majority of the violence, the gun shooting is actually in the Port-au-Prince area, primarily in the popular neighborhoods and around there, and especially now where you have some of these groups trying to take over parts, trying to have battles with the police. So that's the first. The second thing that we have to talk about then is this supposed presidential council that the U.S. is putting together using CARICOM as the front-facing party. CARICOM is the Caribbean communities, using CARICOM as the front-facing party to basically say that they have a supposedly Haitian-led solution for a transition in Haiti. The problem with that so-called Haitian-led solution is that it's the U.S., France, and Canada, which, as we've known before, are the major forces that have destabilized Haiti, at least in the past 20 years. They're the ones leading the discussion, U.S., France, Canada, Brazil, leading the discussion along with the Caribbean community. But as we said before, there needs to be, for the Haitian participation, they have to agree for multinational security force to come in. Basically, in order to participate in this conversation, you have to be okay with a foreign invasion, which itself is a problem, and basically tells us that the U.S. is controlling the situation. Now, this foreign military force, people will have to remember that it is not a UN force. It's UN sanctioned, which is surprising, right? But it is a force that is coming in with absolutely, it's not even clear what its mandate is. There's a 33-page document that talks about the security force, but we don't know what the rules of engagement will be, how will we prosecute the inevitable war crimes that I think will happen when you have foreigners coming in and shooting at a population? But the other thing is Canada is training Jamaicans.
Not sure why Jamaica is getting involved in this, because instead of giving Jamaica or any British colony reparation after the passing of the Abolition of Slavery Act in 1833, the British government paid former slave owners £20 million for property losses, including slaves. This basically converted enslaved people to so-called apprentice laborers, which to me means basically the same thing. Anyway, let's get back to Jemima.
Bahamians to come in for as if they're coming into a war zone, and that itself bodes badly for us for people in Haiti. And so I think this is a terrible situation in the sense that what's happening in Port-au-Prince is a result of guns being brought into the country from the U.S., Dominican Republic, and Jamaica. But the other thing is that whatever solution that the U.S. is having is a completely inadequate an unconstitutional and illegal solution. And even the military force that the U.S. is trying to bring in, we have to remember they tried to get Brazil to lead it, Canada to lead it. They all said no. That force itself is not constitutional because it was asked by an illegitimate government, Ariel Henry, from 2022. So it's a terrible situation. But I think that the idea that there's a Haitian-led solution coming is actually a false one and one that is misleading.
And Professor Pierre, I wanted to ask you about this Transitional Council. It's supposedly been meeting now for several weeks, and nothing seems to have come out of it. How is even the decision making of this council? Is that transparent? Is it by vote, by consensus? And could you talk a little bit more about the council?
Well, we don't know much about the council, and it's not transparent. These are supposedly negotiations happening between CARICOM and especially the Guyanese president, who who has been very belligerent about these members of this community, the Haitians that they've chosen to participate in this discussion, that they have to agree to this multinational mission. Apparently, they came up with this. Members of the council have been chosen. Some people dropped out in terms of leadership. The council is made up of supposedly people chosen by the U.S., members of the political class, the old political class that people really don't want to have anything to do with, but key members of that. And there's infighting amongst them. But recently, just I think a few days ago, the president of Guyana sent a letter to Ariel Henry to get his permission to ratify this transitional council, which itself should tell us everything we need to know. The fact that this ousted illegitimate prime minister has to have a say in this transitional council. So I'm not sure, at first they were saying that they were giving them 48 hours to come up with a council to allow this transition. And the U.S. thinks it needs this council in order to make it seem like a military force coming into Haiti is legitimate. But I'm not sure how far we're going to get with that, because I think for Haitian people, this is a completely obscure process that leaves regular people out of the discussion.
Leave your thoughts below. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up, share, subscribe, and always want more. I will catch you in the next one.